Hey, Jen Gibbs here with Infinite Step Mentoring, and your problems are people problems. And most people are like, "No, I need leads in my business. I need more business. I need more leads to follow up on, or I need more systems, or I need to market better. I need to dial in my messaging. I need to get my image stronger. I need to get out there. I need exposure. I need traffic." Well, actually, guess what? I want to help you with what you really do need. And I'll say this again in case you just joined me, that your problems with your business are actually people problems. And the reason why is because money comes from people. And so I want to dive into this and show you how to take away the problems from connecting with people and therefore business and leads and dollars running to and through your company so that you can start to, once those roadblocks are removed, then you can start to experience increased flow, increased business. This is referrals, this is leads, this is all kinds of ways that you connect to people and therefore money, because again, money comes from people. So I'm excited to run through this. This is a concept that Mastermind that I participate in discussed this morning in great detail, and it's going to be awesome. So just to recap, your problem with your business is not leads or marketing. It is that you need to connect with people, because people and you understanding people and people knowing that you understand them and you can help them, that's where the business comes from, right? Okay, so there is no shortage of customers. There's no shortage of people that have a problem that you can solve. And so just think about that, absorb that for a second. And I think if you are in business, you realize I have knowledge, I have skills and experience that I can use to help make people's lives better, to solve their problems, right? And that's why you make yourself available for hire to solve these problems, whether it's graphic design and people need a logo, or if it's coaching and you realize people are stuck and you have a toolbox to help them get unstuck. Or maybe you're a real estate agent and you're like, I know I can negotiate you the best price if you just give me a second to sit down and explain how I work and how I can sell your house for more than anybody else, then I could help you. So that chance to connect, that's what we need. And there's just no shortage of people that need help. Everybody, especially in this information day and age, they can Google anything they need, but they need a specialized, individualized knowledge, which you then can provide as your business, right? So there's no shortage. It's just that you can't see them. You may feel like I don't have any leads because you can't see the wire connecting. You can't see how the energy can get from you as the battery to them, through the cable. Like, how do we connect? And so let's talk about that. Again, it comes back to people, and I'm going to illustrate for you why. Because when I heard people say your business problem is people, I'm thinking, okay, team building, management, retaining employees. You can't scale without good help. No one succeeds alone. That's kind of where my mind immediately went. It did not go to myself personally. And so this was a cool, enlightening experience for me this morning as we have this chat. So let's just let's line out your journey here. Okay, so we're going to start on this side, and you're just chugging along in life, and you are trying to get to your goal. Can you see? Let me just bring this up here. Okay, you have a big shiny goal. It's awesome. It's everything that you are seeking and wanting in your business is represented by that star, that goal. And you are, I'll drop a gal, because I'm a gal, and I always draw Victory Adams on my stick people because I anticipate the win for you all and for all of us. So happy person, could be me, could be you, is on the path going along towards the goal. And so then this is the past, and then this is future, right? We're on our way to the new scenario that we want in our life. Now, along our path, we come across people. Now, this may even be before we've gotten into business. This could be anywhere along the path. So let's say you have a mom and a dad. Let's say you have some neighbors and friends. Let's say you have people from school. And, there's all kinds of people that you've met in your path, on your past. Maybe people from when you were little, and then you had stuff that happened when you were a kiddo. And then there's just all kinds of people that you have encountered in your past, right? And so, and I trust you can see this, okay. So what happened in our past to shape our ideas of the future? Well, because we're all human and because we all have our own ways of seeing the world. Some people see things differently than we do. And when they don't align, sometimes there's a little spot where we knock heads or we don't see eye to eye. And especially when you're younger and impressionable, there can be people that don't see the world the way that you do because you have your ideas. And sometimes when the ideas don't agree, people can be crunchy and mean and they can hurt feelings. And hopefully there's lots of people in your past that have not hurt your feelings, but some people have, and they have put kind of some pokey, ouchy spots around the interaction. Maybe there's people that said mean things to you or called you a mean name or you don't even know why, but they ignored you or maybe they betrayed you, or there's all these kinds of things that happened separate from business, separate from where you are, but they affected your feelings and your heart. And if we're not going to talk here a lot about energy and frequency and vibration, but if you look into the scientific aspect, Einstein, Tesla, great scientists on the quantum level talk about how feelings and vibrations affect things, right? And so if you're familiar with that concept, you'll understand that if there's hurt feelings, they can start to stand out. Now, what happens if there is hurt feelings? I want you to kind of imagine a stoplight. So let's draw a stoplight, and green means go, and yellow is caution, and red is stop, right? And so what happens if you've gone along and say you're a precious little kindergartner and no one's ever told you that your art stinks and you are not a good drawer, then you just proudly go to the world and present your art and say, look, mom, look what I did, or look, friends, or whoever it is. You present your creation with absolute freedom and uninhibitedly say, look what I did. And you keep doing that if the feedback is good. But as soon as somebody gives you a little bit of ouchy feedback, then your caution light, your yellow light in the middle here goes on, and you say, oh, hold on. I didn't like how that felt. That felt dangerous. It didn't feel supported. It felt like I don't want to feel that again. And so your brilliant mind says, let's be cautious. Let's go slower. Oh dear, who wants to go slower towards our goal? No one, right? But our mind is smart. It wants to protect and shield us from pain. And so it says, okay, hold on. Let's hold on. Because if there's people in the past that have hurt my feelings, well, guess what? Between you and your goal, there is also people. Uh-oh. What happens when there's people between you and your goal? Maybe there's some girls, maybe there's some men in suits. I don't know, that's a man in a suit, a skinny man in a suit, so maybe there's some people between you and your goal, because what? No one succeeds alone, right? They talk about there's no I in team, teamwork makes the dream work, and you have all your little cliche sayings, but really, if money comes from people, which yes, it does, right? Money's where we're the only ones, people are the only ones that use money. And so therefore, all money comes from people. And not only are they paying you for your product and service, but they are also supporting you, they're following you, they're sharing, they're referring. Maybe a connection you have can lead to a windfall of business. And so our reaching of our goals, if there are any kind of significant goal, probably relies even more than we understand on people. Now, if you're trying to walk down the block and walk back, maybe you don't require a lot of people, but maybe you did require, somebody to take out the trash. So your walk is not littered with trash. Sometimes we don't even realize the effect that people have on our everyday occurrences. But what we want to do is make sure the energy and vibration around people is good, because what? Because if we have that caution light on, that yellow light, instead of the green light is what we want, right? But if caution is on, that's our brain trying to say, hey, whoa, what if these people start to get pokey? And what if they start to make owies in my feelings? I don't want that. And so your logical mind takes over, and what it does is decrease your capacity. If you think about it, it's like a swimming pool. How many people can fit in a swimming pool? They always have the sign at the top, max capacity, 200 people or something. Well, if you have lots of hurt in the past, then your brain can say, people hurt and I don't want them. I don't need them. I want you to not be hurt. So subconscious mind, who's very astute and picked up on making these kind of connections for us, right? Unless we step in and intercede, which we can do. That's a topic for another day. But what happens is our maximum capacity starts to register, and that becomes your ceiling. So if you are in business and you're having trouble breaking through to the next level, it's because you are at your max capacity. Because if you invite more people into your space, what can happen? More owies, more hurt on your heart, more heaviness, more taking on people's problems. And if you are at your limit, think about it. Are you able to maintain a healthy, carefree existence when you supposedly clock out if you're an entrepreneur? Are you able to set boundaries and go and enjoy absolutely and fully all the other areas of your life? Or do you carry some of that responsibility, that burden, that obligation with you? And so what is your max capacity? I would ask you that. Whatever that is, that's your income ceiling. And so we want to start by, instead of carrying around all this ouchy, prickly, pokey stuff that doesn't feel good, and it makes our feelings want to say, let's put a wall and not invite any other people to our party so that it can be as nice as possible. Maybe what we need to do is have some awareness, come around here and say, okay, what exactly happened? How can I process that in a healthy manner and file it away so I don't have to keep carrying it on my backpack? It doesn't have to weigh me down. I don't have to carry it forward along my way to the goal, because those things, just like heavy rocks in your backpack, they can weigh you down. They will sap your energy. They will make you not be able to go the distance. They reduce your endurance. They reduce your strength. And after a while, if we have lots of these add up, it can erode your motivation. It can erode your energy. It can even cause you to say, why am I bothering? Because there's just more people between here and the goal. And it just feels like such a long way. And it feels like, why am I going to bother? So because right now the future is uncertain, these are all question marks, right? These are question marks. We don't know if it's going to be the kind of people that loved and helped and supported us and made us feel happy and good. We don't know if these people are going to be like these people or these people, but this was hurtful enough that we want to avoid it. And so what we need to do is, especially if this happened when we were younger, more impressionable, vulnerable, we want to be able to take our new, more mature viewpoint and say, what exactly happened? How do I process it in a way that can allow me to move forward without continuing to carry the heavy and the negative and the energy? And I hope this is making sense, because if we can fill in the question marks instead of just saying, I wonder what's going to happen, what's going to be known, if we can change, oh, look, I just thought of this. If we can change the question mark and draw the other half and make it become a heart, look at that. Then what happens? And how does it feel if instead of having a question mark, is it safe? Is it going to hurt? What's going to happen? Am I going to be effective? Am I going to be profitable? Instead of having all these question marks, what if you could associate them with these healthy, good feelings that made that, what if everybody that you ever called for business was like, yes, please, I've been waiting for your call. Please come in right now. I'll make your priority. Let's have an appointment. I think I need to work with you right now. And I think I should pay you full price. How would that feel? How would that feel? We can write these stories. We can create these scenarios, but they won't happen by default or by accident. So it starts with first dealing with your past, and second, creating that scenario in the future that you have more control over. Because sometimes our mind wants to protect us again, and it goes to the worst case scenario just so that we've been warned, right? we don't want to live a life of worst case scenario. So we certainly don't want to stay there. And of course, we thank our mind for presenting all of the options and for our own safety. And then we get to go ahead and use our conscious free will to choose the path that we do want to take if we are living the life on purpose. Right? All right. So what I want you to do is understand that your past personal history, whether you've had success or fail in business, it doesn't matter. You're going to still have some pleasant and some unpleasant interactions with people in your past. And so realize that those do play a part in how much you may or may not want to connect with future clients and customers. And the way you can see that this is happening is, have you ever sat down to make phone calls and then avoided it? Have you ever gone to, you're supposed to do a webinar or a presentation or go to a networking event, and you should do, you have a list of things I should do to grow my business. And if you find you're avoiding those and making excuses, or you're too busy, or you're too disorganized, or you're late and you miss the opportunity, these are all signs that you are avoiding the ouch. And that is out of service from your subconscious mind, so that you don't have more ouch in the future. But what you get to decide is, am I going to let my past negative experiences determine my future and recreate those, or am I going to step in and intervene and use my conscious will and power? So how do you do that? That's the next question. How do you do that? So I'm going to give you some homework. If you are with me, I want you to go ahead, and I hope you've got a journal for some self-discovery and your own personal development. If not, you can grab any kind of a notebook and jot it down, like this, literally a 99-cent Walmart special school notebook, or you can open an app on your phone, even if you just don't want to delay and you want to start going to work on this. And so just start reflecting, and you can start right now and observe going forward, or you can reflect on in the past, and it would be 3 categories. And one is, who has bothered me, annoyed me, hurt me, grates on me, bugs me, triggers me? Who is it? And when does that happen? What situation am I in? For example, I've got lots of great relationships in my life, and every once in a while, 1 or 2 will pop up, and I'll just be like, oh, you are just bugging me today. That's an opportunity, that annoyance, that frustration, that triggering of like that interruption of my personal peace. That is my signal. Oh, I can do some work here. I have something crunchy that is my responsibility to be aware of and to begin to smooth out, so that I don't recreate that lesson in future relationships. I can stop being bothered, which I want to stop being bothered, right? You don't want to carry that stuff around. You just want to be blissful and gleeful and all the time, right? Well, that may be quite a ways away, but at least we want to make progress. At least we want to make progress. So the first thing is, who's bugging me, and when are they doing things, or in what scenario, and what could it be? What could it be that's that situation? What we want to do is start logging them, and then we'll work another time on discovering the patterns. But the first thing to do is to become aware. Okay, this person, this situation, and then the third thing is this feeling. How does it feel when someone interrupts your bliss and your peace in your life and triggers you, or annoys you, or makes you resentful or angry, or you just want to unleash a word tirade on them because, man, they brought something up? So what situation is that? Who is it? And then the third thing is, how are you feeling? Is it emotional? Is it like just feelings bubbling over, boiling over? Is it it doesn't make sense? Is it more logical? Is it intellectual? Is it in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Are you like wanting to punch something? Like, what are the feelings that are coming up, and in what situation, and with who? And what we can do as we begin to jot down and have awareness of these things going on in our lives, it's actually beautiful, because it's showing you exactly where these things are that are poking you and bothering you. Because if someone triggers you, there's a hurt inside that's not getting the attention that it needs. And so not only does it improve your business and your relationships going forward, but it helps you feel better with you, and it helps you feel better by yourself. and with others. And so that's what we want. We want, because you have more peace within yourself, inside yourself, you will start to notice that reflects in your business. And when you are good with people and you come from a heart of service with a clear message, guess what is inevitable? Natural law wants to compensate you. And so let's put it with four apart. And some people might think of this process as forgiveness. That's a more spiritual term that's been assigned to it. But maybe you just are going to call it evening out the scales. Maybe you're just going to call it smoothing out your own rough spots, polishing yourself as a stone, and refining your own character. And or maybe it's becoming Zen. These are all the terms for the same process of letting go of the past and feeling better and higher, and allowing your higher self more time with you, more special time with you. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to find what's going on in our past that is not serving us, the things that we've assumed, the things that we've learned or concluded in the past that could be holding us back from increased business. This is also increased relationships. This is any goal that you find yourself sabotaging from. This could be a weight loss goal. People in your past have hurt your feelings, and maybe that's preventing you from connecting with people and resources that could help encourage and support you on a weight loss journey. Maybe it's not business. Maybe it's solving other kinds of problems. Maybe this is relationships with family, and you just can't seem to get through. I promise that smoothing some of these things out will help you find more flow and get to that goal faster. Because that's the whole reason we started this conversation, right? Because you are wanting to get to this goal right here, because that represents the new good thing that you want in your life. And I want that for you also. All right, I'm Jen Gibbs, founder of Infinite Step Mentoring. I do encourage you to pop on over to infinitestepmentoring.com. I have free stuff over there. I should bribe you to hop onto the email list, because I feel like it's so important that you understand how you're wired. And so I give away The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It's a full book from Joseph Murphy. It's kind of the definitive original book on subconscious mind. And I encourage you, grab yourself a copy. It's 84 pages and it's pretty intense. Now I've just been able to share a little portion with you here on how this aspect of your mind works, but I'm certainly happy to go deeper for anybody that's ready. And you get a great start is the book over on infinitestepmentoring.com. So I love you. Remember, you are infinite, and I'm sure you're only just beginning to understand how awesome you are and how great your potential is. You have the ability to influence so many, and I want these to be positive interactions, especially in these days. There needs to be so much support and positivity passed around out there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. Please do comment on your takeaway. If you can just comment one takeaway from what I've taught you here, it will help lock it into your brain, and it will help you take that with you once the broadcast is ended. So I'm super interested in what it is that you've learned, and I look forward to your comments and your journey, and I hope to see you again soon.